Recently, in East Africa, we had a cyclone called HIDAYA. A cyclone is a weather phenomenon where the wind goes around, just like a wind sand, or in Kikuyu they call it Ngomashiaka. In Kimasai they call it Oloikurru. That's where the name Nakuru came from. In Somali they call it Habasweina. That's the way Habasweina is. But this one happens not on land where it brings a lot of vumbi, but in the water. It happens in the tropical lands, but it cannot reach the equator. 5 to 8 degrees towards the equator, it stops. So it can happen around 8 degrees above the equator or 8 degrees below the equator, all the way to the Tropic of Cancer or Tropic of Capricorn. But it can never reach the equator. When it goes around, it brings a lot of destruction, it brings a lot of rain, and such a thing. So Kenya, we were not affected because it could only reach Tanzania. But we could be affected by the ripple effect. The ripple effect of water disturbance in Dar es Salaam. It would come all the way to a place like Mombasa, which would look, the ripple effect would look more or less like a tsunami. So we would not have it, but we would have a ripple effect. And it is called HIDAYA. Why is it called HIDAYA? There are two answers. In the World Meteorological Department, all cyclones are monitored. Now they are monitored and given names from A to Z. When it reaches Z, it starts again with A. So when it is A, they look for a name starting with A and call it. Then the next time they reach Z and come back to A, they will look for another name starting with A. This is to differentiate. They could have even started by calling it A1, A12, A15, but they decided to call it different names with A. And I don't want feminists to come and turn up to me, but when they started this thing, they said that the cyclones usually have a fury like that one of, when a woman is so annoyed, she has a fury like a cyclone. That is why it was decided that every cyclone is given a woman's name. It's given a woman's name. So that if it reaches the time of J, it can be called Janet. Then the next time it reaches J, it can be called Jane, and so on and so on. So it goes that way, and it is always given the names of women, and it is preferred to be given a name of a woman, especially in that area. In Tanzania, the name HIDAYA is a common lady's name. You can remember that the Zairians, Pepe Kale Yampanya, once sang the song HIDAYA. HIDAYA, nitarudi Tanzania kumtafuta mpenzi wangu HIDAYA. So when it came for the time for H, and it was happening near Tanzania, they had to look for a common lady's name, a common Tanzanian name that starts with a H. It was decided to be HIDAYA. Next time it comes again near Tanzania, they look for another name. But you see, it will not be a H. It goes by letters. Like immediately after HIDAYA, they have monitored, there will be another cyclone somewhere. That one will start with an I. So they look for a lady's name that starts with an I, preferably a lady's name for of that area, and so on and so forth. Thank you.